primary goals of the AmCham Trinidad and Tobago is the enhancement of national competitiveness by identifying opportunities presented by globalization. We know that the key to our country's success in this highly competitive global environment is productivity, and it is our intent to educate and inform our young people about its critical importance for ensuring sustainable national development.
The National Youth Productivity Forum is an initiative of the Trade and Investment Committee, chaired by AmCham Vice President Hugh Howard, and it takes the form of a multi-partite discussion for 5th and lower 6th form students who compete in 4 teams of 4 students each, representing government, business, civil society or labour. The students and schools that participate will gain an appreciation of productivity as a way of life. They will improve their research, communication and presentation skills, be exposed to critical thinking, and build links with other schools and students from across the country.
The National Youth Productivity Forum is an excellent initiative. In its inaugural year, it received international recognition when the program won the coveted Most Creative AmCham Program Award from among the 23 member chambers which comprise the American Chambers of Commerce of Latin America. The judges expressed the view that the project's vision and ingenuity were highly commendable. AmCham Trinidad and Tobago, the school children and officials, as well as other stakeholders, are convinced that if given the opportunity over the medium to long term, this youth forum will make a positive impact on the nation's work ethic and the country's global competitiveness. It is in this context that your partnering with AmCham Trinidad and Tobago in this venture will redound to the benefit of us all.
Participating in the Youth Forum was a wonderful learning experience and has made me more aware of the need to commit to being a productive citizen. Now, I'm really motivated to do my part in making Trinidad and Tobago a better place to live, work, and play. Si se puede. Yes, I can.
Step 1. Understand which perspective you will represent: government, business, civil society, or labor. Step 2. Read the AmCham guidelines, then go online, visit the library, and do your research so your team can prepare a position paper. Step 3. Submit your position paper to AmCham at least 2 weeks before your forum. Step 4. Work together to prepare your presentation. Use PowerPoint, video, and any other media that will articulate your point of view in a powerful and compelling way. Step 5. Be brilliant.
Most people, when they need to make a presentation, they want it to be memorable, don't you? I have found as a trainer that my participants can identify the speakers who have made a memorable impact on their behaviors. They've impacted their ways of thinking and in fact their lives. So in just a couple of minutes, let me share with you a few tips on making a memorable speech. And to help you remember, here's a little acrostic called PASS. Yes, that's P-A-S-S. To make your presentation memorable, focus on the P, the presenter, and that's you. Audiences remember confident, competent, and charismatic presenters. So those are the areas to work on. Develop confidence by eliminating fears, not nervousness, but fear. There's a difference. Develop your competencies by ongoing learning. And remember, learning can be formal and informal, intentional and quite accidental. And audiences remember charismatic presenters. So the first challenge is to grow as a presenter. Grow in confidence, in competence, and in charisma. That's P. And now there's A, and a capital A at that. A is for audience. Every audience is different. And you have to know your audience and be able to adapt to your audiences. I'm sure you know that there are differences in the way that men and women think. There are differences in the way that young people and older folk think. Country people and town people have different experiences. And so in some ways we are different. I can go on, but you get the point. If you know in advance the makeup of your audience, how much they know about the topic that you have to speak about, their beliefs and attitudes, then you're in a better position to shape the speech, to grab and sustain their interest. So the awareness of your audience is the second step to having a memorable presentation. P for presenter, A for audience. S is for your speech, of course. Remember, your teachers have always said that every composition must have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So to your speech. And I want to add a little extra. A good speech must have passion, pattern, and perspective. I wish I could see you face to face where we can explore these 3 P's. But let me add the final ingredient to a memorable presentation. We've talked about P for presenter, A for audience, S your speech, and the final element, another S, the setting. And here's where you need to take on board the physical setting. Is there space to walk among the audience? Is the group large or small? Where is your presentation located in the wider program? Would you have to compete with after-lunch sleepiness, for example? I hope I've given you enough information to start you on your way to having a memorable presentation. Remember the past, presenter, audience, speech, and setting. Blessings.
Critical thinking is interesting in that it both requires discipline and promotes and develops discipline in individuals. It's a critical and vital dimension of developing character in individuals. The second reason why it's vitally important for us is that today's issues are no longer simple, single-dimensional issues. They're complex and require deep and broad exploration and examination of their many dimensions. The truth of the matter is that poor thinking generates poor results and conclusions. Poor results and conclusions lead us down a road of costly consequences, and that we can do without.
The judges will be evaluating the intelligence of your argument and the quality and depth of research and preparation, as well as your communication skills, oral, written, and non-verbal. We will also be assessing your team's ability to adapt to circumstances and to appreciate the different perspectives being presented. We expect you to participate in a mature, respectful, and polite manner at all times.
Forum was great. I met so many wonderful people and had a brilliant time researching our topic. Taking part in this forum was definitely a life-changing experience. I solemnly pledge that at all times and in all ways I shall engage in productive, responsible, and courteous behavior when participating in activities at home, in school, and in the community. Put others first and take time to assist them in growing and developing. Make a positive contribution to building a more productive Trinidad and Tobago.